Well, go on, traders. Yeah, the traders here again. All right, guys. So let's jump in and see what's going on with Mullen here. So I'm gonna zoom down on the 5 minutes. So Mullen gave us a little pullback yesterday. So we at least were testing the 161 level. So we got a pullback down to 138. Push back up after market. Pull back to the 138 level. And we are currently at 145. So what's going on with the stock here, guys? So I know Lawerence came out yesterday with a little video, so let me just jump right into that. So this is the video. So I'm going to just play the first 2 minutes of it for you guys to hear.
Time ever saying that Mullins would not do a split of the shares. Okay, I don't own any shares with Mullins. I want to make sure you guys have understanding. I make my money when these cars come out the line with my technology installed in these vehicles, and that's why I made a deal with Mullins. I didn't take any shares, so I have no dog in this hunt regarding hyping stocks or whatever. But I don't feel that the stocks are being hyped because Mullins has been transparent, and I done further inquiries and spoken with the right people with Mullins. It was in the best interest of all of us for them to split the shares. I know some of you are not happy, but when you see the outcome, everybody wins now. Everybody wins. So when you invest, that's the risk that you take, but however, you guys made a great risk. And this is coming from me because my reputation is on the line as well. And I have to be transparent, make sure that everything that I say is factual and truthful. We're on the SEC. You can't be just making up stories or whatever to appease your investors. Unlike some, we're not going to be making announcements every single day to keep up with the competition. We make announcements based on the progress and where we are. Where Mullins is today, Mullins have a multiple vehicles. They have a car, they have a crossover SUV, they have multiple big trucks, and they have the vans. They already have vans, they already have orders, okay? As you may know or may not know, Mullins has a facility in Indiana. They also have one in Michigan. They have one in Tunica, Mississippi, in my home state. And they also have a facility in Brea, California, and perhaps other locations. But my focus is here, right here in the United States.
All right, guys. So as I said, I was giving you 2 minutes of that video.
I came into this agreement with.
So let's jump back into the stock to see what it's doing. So as I mentioned, the stock pullback. Despite that video coming out, the stock still has pulled back. I think what needs to happen is, apart from just videos, we need to actually see tangible evidence of deliveries going out, orders going out. Yeah, we got the purchase order from Randy Marion for the 1,000 chucks. But we need to at least hear that sales are happening. Yeah. So what happened with the stock yesterday? It pulled back 1%, which for Mullen that's not too bad. Pre-market it's down another 2%, as you can see here. In terms of market cap, there wasn't any big sell-off yesterday. I think we ended at the same 220 million plus yesterday. Volume, however, it's almost 2.5 times the average, 28 million compared to 12 million. In terms of comparisons to the overall market, TSX was flat, S&P flat, Dow flat, and in terms of comparisons to the comps, Lucid flat, Neo up almost 1.5%, Ford flat, Rivian up 3%, and then Ride up over 10%. So apart from Lawrence coming out with that video, there was some news that came out from these guys, Motley Fool. I don't really, follow them too much because at times they can actually, you know, act as a negative catalyst for a stock in terms of, say, negative stuff for possibly stock to go down, and then that is where investors, the institutional investors, will hop in and buy at a cheaper price. So you have to take what they say with a grain of salt. But at least for this time around, they were speaking about Mullen, and they were saying that Mullen to develop a potential game-changing electronic vehicle certification technology, and including advancements that could increase EV range by 60 to 70%. Perhaps some traders pigeonhole Mullen as just another startup EV that is heading for the zombie status, but that's an overblown fear, as Mullen has decent sized cash runway of 116 million and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of purchase orders. Mullen is busy fulfilling those orders from both public and private sector. So if we read more into what they are saying here, it's basically saying Mullen Automotive gets no respect. I'm just jumping through it. So we spoke about Mullen is busy fulfilling orders for both public and private sector. These include 680,000 contract to install and test technology it believes could substantially increase the driving range and efficiency of electronic vehicle. And right now the company is testing that technology on 40 vehicles for the District of Columbia. And then we spoke about the 1,000 truck order by Randy Marion worth $63 million. And then they're saying the price destruction of Mullen stock is breathtaking, but is it justified? The question could be better answered soon when the company reports near-term operational progress. Mullen envisions Class 3 trucks rolling off the line with anticipated deliveries and revenue in August and September 2023. And is working diligently to fulfill its orders. While success isn't guaranteed, the stock seems to have total failure priced in. Mullen's near-term pain could be the risk-tolerant investors' gain. So at least they're saying something a little bit positive about Mullen there. So jumping back in the stock here, as I mentioned before, the stock is basically on a sideways trend, I would say. I'm hoping that this is a bit of consolidation. So if we jump into the options, you can see that the call options that came in yesterday was 33,000, which is good for substantial for Mullen. But the puts also is high, 8,000. For this week, in open interest, we are looking at 15,000 for this week. For next week, 29,000. And for the following week, 11,000. So until we see production, vehicles coming off a production line or sales going out, and we see maybe the Class 3 truck or the cargo van rolling on, driving around on the road or being used in the university campuses, then I think we will have a better we will have less fear in terms of where we think the stock may fall. But I guess everyone now is just kind of holding, waiting to see, and hoping for just deliveries to happen, revenue to come in. That's kind of what we're hoping for. But for me, not financial advice. I'm holding firm, and I'm anticipating big things from Mullen. So that's kind of what I have for you for today, guys. So as usual, if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care, guys.